Non si può.
Punto che meno di passare, se non le squillo. Ci appoggiamo qui se non mi dispiace.
La Farnesina, sono venuto qui per questo. Non lo associo sempre alla scherma. Grazie. Beh, ma lui è stato... Va bene, aspetto i contatti, grazie. Comunque, tu quando è che torni domani? Non mi ricordo più. Quando? Non è domani. Ah no, il 19 è l'evento della Cultura Italia. Poi ti racconto, insomma, vabbè, quindi vieni dopo la cena del Cultura Italia. Vabbè, poi ti aggiorno. Cioè veramente quel gruppo tu non puoi entrare, ma è un gruppo fighissimo, c'è un sacco di risate. Ma questo non è un gruppo di lavoro, è un gruppo di risate, ti dicono un sacco di battute, si ride da... Va bene, ok. Ciao ciao.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Peter Howley, Czech Republic. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Yeah. I don't think so. This is, I think, for the diplomats, these places. Yeah. So we are posted in Rome. Yes. Too, but I'm here since September. So please, I'm here since September last year. Yeah. So half a year. Yeah. So you do also economic and commercial. The same. How big is business between Italy and Madagascar?
Not so big.
Not so big.
Not so big.
It will be better, I hope. You are here, yeah. So you're accelerating.
Try to be to do our best.
Yeah.
Part is a little bit shame to do in Africa. They have a barrier about French position.
Yeah. No, it's, but for Italians, they know Africa, they know another Africa, but can you imagine how difficult it is for us? We are the central North country, we have certain emphasis in Africa, now we have North Africa. Otherwise,
Buongiorno, benvenuti e benvenute tutti in Farnesina.
Good morning and welcome to everybody here to Farnesina. Please take your seats.
Buongiorno a tutti.
Good morning to everybody and welcome to Farnesina. Today here we celebrate the 8th edition of the Italian Design in the World. I wish to greet the General Secretary Guariglia, the Deputy Secretary to the Ministry of Culture, Lucia Bergonzoni. Also the President of each agency, Matteo Zoppas, the President of Salone del Mobile, Maria Porro, Luciano Galimberti, President of the Association Adi Design, Architect Cucinella, founder and director of Maria Cucinella Architetti Offices, and designer for the Expo 2025. I also greet Stefano Boeri from the Triennale in Milan. Also, I wish to thank all the diplomatic body present here today, together with the category associations and operators of the sector. As you know, Tajani, our president, was really interested in this initiative, because today it's a day of great celebration, even for our know-how. We have organized all this here in the Ministry of the Foreign Affairs, which is the second building in volumes after the Caserta Castle. In the same castle where we have all the Farnesina collection, a collection of more than 650 works of arts that we have presented all over the world, and that we wanted to introduce even more to the national and international public. We have works of art from all over Italy related to the visual art, photographic art, sculpture art, and picture, of course, and paintings. We have some works speaking about our land. We tell you all this because art is also an amazing instrument for foreign politics to valorize different realities present in our country. We present today different initiatives organized by the Foreign Affairs Ministries through its network of embassies, consulates, culture institutes, so that we can celebrate the Day of the Italian Design. We want to promote in the world the industrial design in the world with its strong vocation to innovation. We know that the Italian know-how has a lot to say and to feed reflections for this sector. Our action is a common action of several institutions, together with the different industries, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the civil society, so that we can better develop all this all together. Thank you very much to the Ministry of Culture, ICE, Salone del Mobile, Federlegno and Arredo, the Triennale of Milan, and the associations for the design, the important industrial design. We will give voice today to the different professionals of this sector. We have 43 testimonials participating in different initiatives organized in different embassies all over the world, about 100 embassies, so that we can show the Italian strategy, as Mr. Minister Tajani decided to do, to support the Italian design all over the world. For sure, as soon as you got into this room, you could admire a preview of the exhibition 100 Vases, through which we can tell even more about our know-how through some design objects, iconic objects of our manufacture. They are a solid example of the excellence of the Italian design, of course. The topic of this day is to build value in sustainability and inclusion. Of course, we give a strong accent to the manufacturing process, able to produce very beautiful objects thanks to the very good quality of the raw materials of high quality. This is in the sign of innovation, of course, and sustainability. Design accompanied the Italian growth, and it's now a key point of our industrial manufacturing, contributing, therefore, to affirm the Italian brand. Today, it's one of the most important expressions of Made in Italy, a synthesis of beauty, functionality, tradition, and innovation, which is recognizable all over in our products, present all over the world. This is a vehicle to distinguish our culture and our values. Thanks to these characteristics, Italy is the very first European country with 90% of operators and a revenue of 20% of the total revenue. So this strict relationship between Italy, beauty, and functionality is also visible in the corridors of Farnesina building. Farnesina cooperates with the Association for the Industrial Design, which was established for about 70 years, together with the prize award called Golden Compass, Compasso d'Oro, so that we can award some artists and renew the Farnesina design collection thanks to this. The design is also a strong stimulus for tourism. I think about the Salone del Mobile, for instance, in Milan in April, usually, which is a nice window of our know-how. But also I think about the partnership with the Triennale from Milano, with which we have started a lab to rebuild Ukraine within the framework of our supporting action to this country attacked by Russia. The Triennale in Milan is a very important international institution, excellence recognized by the Bureau International des Expositions de Paris. That's why our Minister, Honorable Tajani, has signed some letters addressed to his colleagues all over the world to invite everybody on May 17th for the next edition of the Triennale, going from May 17 to November 2025. I also wish to thank all the different ambassadors supporting our initiative towards in their country of reference. I'm also very happy about this because it's important to speak about the Made in Italy Day, which is going to be celebrated on next 15th of April. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs will be the first actor of this, and that's why we have financed 9 initiatives in as many towns: Athens, Mexico City, Paris, Rio de Janeiro, Perth, and many others. Others will be organized in other cities of the world. So, to the design companies here in Italy, I can say that they can count on us, on the Italian government, because we want to valorize their excellence. And to the ambassadors, we want to say that they can count on the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for partnerships with our companies to valorize the added value thanks to the competence of our designers. Thank you, and I wish you all a very good day of work. Thank you. Good morning to everybody. Thank you, the Deputy Secretary Tripodi. I wish to thank Mr. Honorable Tajani and to you all present here today in this room, even to the sensitiveness that you have shown towards Italian art and design. As you know, the Ministry of Culture since 2017 has a specific direction dedicated to the cultural and creative enterprises, mainly for design. This is to underline and make you understand how Italy has a specific eye and attention towards design, because design for us is the basis of our culture, our know-how, as it has been said before, because design in Italy is essential part of the know-how which is recognized to Italy from all over the world. Italy cannot and will never compete on quantities, but on quality of what Italy produces. For us, it's essential that design can interlace with all the objects of daily use, making them unique. Initiatives that we are developing as a Ministry of Culture are numerous. Of course, we have already implemented many together with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We work together a lot because even within the law made in Italy, there is a part specifically dedicated to the cultural and creative enterprises. In our country, we didn't have any other kind of regulations able to framework this sector, which creates not only culture, but also moves the PDG of our country. We are working on some decrees, which will be approved within a month of time, so to provide the framework, the legal framework. For instance, one of these decrees is essential. This is one of the decrees developed together with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to promote and valorize anything which is culture and creative enterprises in a clearer framework, not only in Italy, but also on international scale, so that we can better promote our design all over the world. We need to do this, even if just alone our design can promote itself very well. But we need to push it a little bit more and show that we are very close to the different Italian enterprises. Sometimes we speak about very small enterprises in our territory. We have a lot of small ones, sometimes even family enterprises. During the COVID period, we understood that many of these family enterprises could not promote themselves on the internet, for instance, and that's why we made available some specific investments to them. We had about 155 million euros dedicated to green and dedication and digitalization. Some other interventions are linked to the PON, which are going to be dedicated to some regions of the south of Italy, together with the design sector, of course, for these regions. This is absolutely essential for these reasons, because we have to support the different enterprises, but even to provide legs and muscles to these enterprises for the future. So I thank very much all those persons working within this sector for cultural and creative enterprises, because I understand that they can do a lot to make our country very great and recognized all over this planet. I repeat something that I always say, but I like to say that very, very often, and now I speak to the Italians, we should watch ourselves with the eyes of foreign people, so to better understand what we are really able to do, to see our works, of art. Just to finish, I would say that going on in this towards this direction, the great event in Paris will see our presence as honorable guest in 2025. I'm speaking about the event called Révélation, where we have already participated last year for the very first time. Until last year, there were only some specific and invited companies. And therefore, I believe that even this event will be representing the signal that we can use to tell our creativity, our country, and our know-how. Thank you very much for your attention.
Buongiorno.
Good morning. My name is Francesca Sant'Ambrogio for Architectural Digest Italy. Thank you very much for the Italian Design Day, the day for the Italian design, promoting many things together with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperations. This is the 8th edition, bringing our design all over the embassies in the world and making about our designs the ambassadors of art from Italy. Today, embassies, consulates, institutions, together with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, will give life to exhibitions, meetings together will promote together the best of our design and decoration. We speak about 100 spots speaking about the Italian design. I wish also to remind two other figures which are absolutely very important. Today it's the 70th anniversary of the Compasso d'Ori, an award which was requested by Joe Ponti in 1955 to promote the quality of the Italian design at that time already. I like to remember that already at the very first edition of this award, we received 5,700 products coming from many different companies. We selected 15 products, 15 compasses, and among which Letter 22, the writing machines designed by Rizzoli. 5 years after, in 1959, Lettera 22, this writing machine, was considered the best design product of the century, according to Illinois Institute of Technology. So that's just to make you understand that we started very, very well. So I'm asking every day in my office, what is at the origin of this very long success? And to answer all this, I would like to use the words of Michele De Lucchi, which is our ambassador in Lima, Peru. Michele De Lucchi says that design, to be authentic, has to create a kind of difference. And create difference means to create individuality. Individuality is the most important value because it cannot be imitated. Today, therefore, we must be different, inclusive, and constantly dedicated to innovation, and also because we are sustainable. The Italian design is different from the others because it has always been able to express the time in which it was generated, and sometimes also revolutionizing this time. All this depends on cultural heritage and innovation. So the very first relator of our meeting today, Matteo Zoppas from ICEA agency, can tell this to us. Through different offices all over the world, ICE promotes internationalization of the Italian companies. How the exhibition organized by ICE can reach this goal? Can you give us some dynamics on the sector of these companies, for instance? Thank you very much, and good morning to everybody. I wish to greet the Deputy Secretary Maria Tripodi, the President of the Triennale Foundation Boeri, the designer Cucinella, the representative Galimberti from the Italian designers, Maria Porro from Salone del Mobile, and thank you to you all, and to Architecture Digest for having introduced all this topic for the success and development of the Italian design. When we speak about unicity, usually we speak about something which is produced by different capacity of design. Our products in the world are preferred to others, must produce distinguishing features, and this is one of the features that actually we do have in front of our competitors. We can do very well our things, our objects, maybe even better than our competitors, and we know that all over this planet people prefer Italian products to any others. Any others produced in any other countries from other typologies of DNA products, which are not excellencies as the Italian design products. So the design goes a little bit many different sectors in Italy. We can speak about furniture, we can speak about decoration, but also about automotive. When we speak about jewelries, these are the main categories benefiting of our excellencies in designs. But we cannot forget, of course, that each single product, even the commodity product, shows innovation design features so that it can find its space in the market and also to develop itself and be preferred in the world. This is our drive because Italy knows how to grow thanks to its Made in Italy, because we know that how to build things and better things. In this sector, we have about 300,000 operators in the design sector, with about 70,000 companies. So it's clear that we have a very large capacity of representatives. I believe that we are the world leader for this sector, thanks to our Salone del Mobile, the furniture exposition in Milan, thanks to which we can bring millions of people on our products, to focus their attention on our products. So thank you very much, President Porro, because he can give and renew, even in this case, the attention to the Made in Italy and to its design. We also have a very another important event, which I wanted to mention with you all, an event which has been developed by our dearest Vattani, an event in Osaka, which is going to be a window on the Italian design all over the world. I also wish to say that the chain of Legno Arredo in 2023 lost a little bit of some percentage points for exports before in comparison with the previous year, 2022. But we cannot forget that we are coming from some very difficult years due to COVID, and also due to some problems of wars. So, as all the rest of the Made in Italy, our wood sector is anyway having a very successful moment, and related to 2019, we are producing now something like 30% more. So we are very, very happy about this. What we are doing today as ICE with our 79 offices all over the world, our core business is to show our companies and products which needs to live a better internationalization, and we help them, we support them through some expositions of products so that we accompany the enterprises through some specific activities like for environment in Munich, Germany, New York, in Dubai as well. We bring really thousands, hundreds of companies all over the world, and we support them to put their own products on the market, and finding some other partners all over the world so that they can reach better and higher results. We organize a lot of events in embassies, consulates, or in other appropriate environment, just to tell and promote the development of our products, design products. Thank you very much.
Grazie, Presidente.
Thank you very much, President Zoppa. So let's go on with another video telling us the project 100 Vases realized by DGSP with Skira Editor. While you were getting into this room, you could visit an exhibition part of this project, and that's a tale of the Italian know-how through a specific overview of a very common and very well-known object, but also a very iconic object.
Il progetto per l'Italian Design Day.
The project for 2024 for the Italian design is related to a history about the Italian vases all over the last 100 years. The vase is an archetype form which is very natural and ancient. Objects are no more handicrafts, but are sometimes pure art in this kind of different forms, in this kind of different colors and materials are changing in the time. Now, let's hear the words of the president of Triennale Milano, Boeri, with a video message. Triennale is an historical partner for the Italian Design Day. This year edition is conceived to stimulate attention and consolidate the partnership with Triennale, the only permanent exposition which is recognized by the Bureau International des Expositions, which is having its next exposition from May to November 2025. Triennale is the partnership of an important initiative for the construction in Odessa, Ukraine. I'm sorry I cannot translate because I have no audio. I think nobody has audio, actually. It's important to recall the engagement from Triennale together with Maxi Roma has invested in a project which has been coordinated by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the government, seeing Italy as the main actor for a campaign in the reconstruction of Odessa and Ukraine. Odessa and all its cultural buildings and work of arts devastated by the Russian bombs. Maxi and Honorable Mr. Tajani went to Odessa, Ukraine, together with some experts from UNESCO and some scientific universities in Italy, part of the project to restore the cathedral in Odessa. You know that this cathedral is a fundamental area for the Orthodox cult, not only for the Ukrainians, but also because it represents an historical moment for the same town. So an investment and attention of the reconstruction of the monuments and architecture destroyed by Russian bombs will be the engagement for the next months. This engagement is also a way to tell you a larger project that Triennale is promoting relating to the next International Expo. Triennale, since 1928, is part of the Bureau International des Expositions in Paris, which reunites all the different countries in the world participating in the Expo. Triennale is the cultural institution participating together with the other countries to this bureau. And we have proposed and organized important expositions, and the Expo in Milan itself. The exposition starting this May and lasting until November 2025 is about inequalities, how to mend the fracture among humanity, because we believe that today inequalities is an issue which has been accelerated in many sectors and areas of the daily life all over the planet. More specifically, during the 6 months of the exposition, we will tell how the reduction of the social mobility, the reduction to access to information, and the increase of colonizations, the increase of the difference between richness and poverty, the push on migrations due to weather conditions are some of the phenomena that we deal with and which we relate to inequalities. The real topic is to distinguish between an increase of diversities, which is not necessarily negative, and the very risky declination of diversities in inequalities. This is a topic which is absolutely dramatic and which has to be dealt with a lot of attention. So, dear representatives, dear ambassadors, I wish to tell you that the Triennale on the next weeks will get in touch through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, your embassies, your countries, asking your participation in Triennale, so to contribute with ideas and proposals with the selection of some subjects under an artistic point of view, which can be important to contribute to these inequalities and to build an international pavilion within our international exposition. We believe that this will be an extraordinary occasion to speak about the effort that our country, our institutions, and two very important institutions for culture as Maxi and Triennale are doing for Odessa, and also to remind how inequalities can and must become a point of our attention together with the climate change, so to reduce inequalities between the different geographic areas and between the different spheres of our societies. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Now I wish to introduce you to the next guest, Maria Porro, President of Salone del Mobile Milan. The edition of 2023 was really successful and with perspective which are absolutely positive even for this year edition. How the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the diplomatic network can contribute to the Salone del Mobile and to the Italian Design Day. How much is valuable our design abroad? Good morning to everybody, and thank you very much for this very interesting question. First of all, I would like to thank Maria Tripodi, Deputy Secretary, for her word, and Lucia Bergonzoni to have highlighted the importance of cultural and creative enterprises. As Zoppas also said before, we have 300,000 companies with more than 700,000 companies. We have a lot of operators and therefore a huge know-how which has no equals all over the world. Just to repeat what Francesca Santabrogio said, I want to highlight the importance of uniqueness of the Italian design. This is generated by a common dialogue, and I wish to thank many persons. Zoppas, for instance, president of each agency, which with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs supports us even this year with the international tour that tells the Salone del Mobile all over the world. I wish to thank Adi with the President Galimberto and Cancellato, which are really engaged. Thank you very much to Stefano Boeri, connected with us before from Triennale, which is part of the Salone del Mobile in many, many projects. We produced also the Super Salone after the pandemic period, and today Satellite Universe celebrating the Satellite Salone del Mobile, dedicated to the young Italian talents, thanks to Cucinella, with whom we had a very specific project in 2022. So it's nice to see how many and important people are engaged to promote the Italian design and also the Salone del Mobile. Italian Design Day is a good driver in the world for the project and made in Italy. Salone del Mobile as an incredible occasion to tell the complex ecosystem. I like to speak about this ecosystem because the ecosystem makes our exposition really unique, with a huge quantity of professionals contributing to reinforce the Italian leadership in this sector through an exhibition positioning Italy and the Italian know-how in the middle of a large world representatives. So welcome to Milano, to Salone del Mobile. Since April 16th, we want to build value this year. That's the topic of the year. And therefore, we focused our attention on the word building, therefore on the manufacturing process, going through inclusion, innovation, and sustainability as well. These words are coming again and again in all our interventions. These are three central challenges in a geopolitical context which is absolutely complex. I wish to mention Andrea Branzi, who said design is within the energy of innovation, and I believe that this statement is wonderful. Inclusivity, sustainability are kind of compulsory, mandatory. Environmental responsibility and social and economic responsibilities are also related to all this. Salone del Mobile is a very large exposition, and it wants to open up on an exchange with other reflections from all over the world. We have the presence of 181 presents. We want also to invest on new talents, new Italian young designs went through the satellite, the design satellite. We had something like 14,000 young talents. So also the capacity of transformation is important, because with this we have the history of the different companies. Sustainability is a solid thing. It's absolutely important to build value. It's something requiring investment and vision. And what can be sustainability for us, Salone del Mobile, if not to try to reduce the impact of our exhibition? Last year, we certified ISO 121 so that we can stimulate the improvement and the changement under the environmental point of view, so that we can transmit good practices to our expositors. To build value for us, Salone del Mobile is contributing to reinforce the international position of the sector companies. It's a platform offering services and contents to enrich the experience of our visitors, which are more than 300,000, but also reinforce the experience of our exposers, more than 900, all aligned on the idea that building value is at the center, the core of our reflections. Building value for the decoration is to create products, services, and experiences contributing to the growth and success and reputation of a sector where the word design must and can build senses, because we have a lot of research and development in our companies caring on quality. We apply some responsible production processes to respect the environment. We have a specific partnership to access new markets, because this is also the Salone del Mobile. We can open up to new markets and go where we are not present with Italian design. For Made in Italy, the building of value is to go over some challenges, new markets, which are different than what our companies believe. Our companies sometimes are small companies, small enterprises, and therefore they have some difficulties to access the market. Sometimes we have challenges on regulations because of some international crisis, even because there is a global competition which is kind of very strong. And therefore, it's important to develop all this. We also have another topic which is important, which is the intellectual protection, because this unicity, this uniqueness must be protected. Salone del Mobile believes that Italian Design Day is the very unique opportunity to speak about something which is an object which is very beautiful and also very well done. All this is shared all over the world. In Milan, in a few weeks, during Salone del Mobile, on the stage, you don't have only the products, but you can share the engagement of this full sector when it produces a product answering some very complicated and difficult topics. With the Italian Design Day, we were in India, South Korea, Japan, South Africa, Saudi Arabia. But it's very proud to know, for us to know that we can tell all over the world and experience a story intersecting with Salone del Mobile and the companies which are present in Salone del Mobile, challenging the future for the living, for the good living. Salone del Mobile is a catalyzer to light the sparkle, which is absolutely unique in the world.
Good morning.
Dzień dobry.
Guten Morgen und hallo. Buenos días.
Namaste.
Bom dia!
Thank you, President Porro. And now I wish to pass the floor to Luciano Galimberti, President of the Association for the Industrial Design, ADI, which with its history awarded more than 350 objects marking our culture and life in Italy. ADI manages the prize Compasso d'Oro Golden Compass, the highest award in the design sector. And ADI has realized the introductional video of today, a video which will be presented in all the embassies and institutions representing the Italian Design Day. I wish to remind that the collection Farnesina is going to be here in this same building. for some time. And to you, Mr. President, I would like to ask to show us the synergy between ADI and the different initiatives taken by the consular initiatives. Thank you very much. The very first consideration that there are only 350 prizes in 70 years of time tells the fact that for us it's absolutely a great honor to give this award. It's not a commercial prize. It's a prize which has been given according to the decision together with Farnesina for the design an object really represents. So this award is a window for the Italian design, and therefore for ADI it's important to show the value of the Made in Italy. It's also a different way to introduce ourselves to the rest of the world. Our motto is design as you have never seen it. This is an engagement for us to increase the cooperation together with Farnesina Design. ADI has always developed a daily activity to listen to problems and on projects and some solutions, of course. When we start from some specific problems related to design, ADI tried to provide a common language, a common language comprehensible to many people, so that it has the capacity to tell what is done. We are appreciated all over the world because we are very comprehensible than others, because we speak about a value system and we build relations with the market. The choice of this year is very important. Build value, inclusivity, innovation, and sustainability, starting from the idea that shared values can become a common factor for building the future and a common future. So we want to make available all our tools and our disciplines, because for us this is absolutely important to reach the goal. In this occasion, I would like also to thank all the ministerial structure, because believe me that organizing the Italian Design Day, it's not so easy. The ministry, which made itself available to the organization of this project, showed a lot of professionalism, but mainly passion and enthusiasm. Passion, which is a typical feature of our Italian design. For sure, we need a specific technique linked to innovation and research and development as well, but passion is the feature and the factor that everybody would like to have. So thank you very much to you all, and have a good work.
Grazie, Presidente Galimberti.
Thank you very much, President Galimberti. Now I will pass the floor to one of the most important and appreciated representative of the Italian architecture, Mario Cucinella. Among his projects, I would like to remind that he will sign the Italian pavilion in Osaka Expo. Architect Cucinella, can you tell us your experience for the design in the past year? How do you think that this project can help the Italian design to develop? Thank you very much. I would like, first of all, to mention something which is a little bit the fil rouge of the day. The Italian design, according to Fronzoni, a very important graphic, is project comes, the word project comes from love, representing therefore our passion. Why Italy is different? Because we have this quality, we have passion, because we have the love for the quality of manufacturing. Italian pavilion tells a story which is very beautiful, meaning that we think about things with our hands. So the Italian tradition is generated from the Italian anthropology, the Italian history, the Italian DNA. And now I'm addressing to the foreign friends. Italy, since the Middle Ages, when the markets were full of craftsmen, at that time, craftsmen could say, oh, I saw a thing and I can do it, but I can do it better. And today, when you go to visit somebody and you taste something in that house, you can always say, oh, I can do it better. But this is what was the main engine, the main drive of our country. We watched our neighbors and we tried to do it better. Think about the history of Ferrari and Lamborghini, for instance, two amazing car companies. Ferrari says to Lamborghini, build tractors because I prefer to build cars. I'm much better for cars. But you go on with your specialization. So we have a specific research to do always better. This is the spirit, the mind, the heart of our country. So if you want, I would like to show you a video, if it's possible. Think with our hands from the craftsmen of the tradition to the digital craftsmen for innovation. This means that we have very innovating tools that helps us to develop things in a better way. So I'll show you this video to make you understand. Just a second, please. The video is to make you understand how in Italy we live this, the two worlds, the analogical and digital world. But there is always something common. We have, for instance, in our context, very, very small enterprises based on craftsmanship. The manufacturing in Italy is still producing things by hand sometimes. But when I say think with your hands, it means that behind all this, that we have the possibility to do something magic, to create things with our hands. But even thanks to the fact that we have creators, but also we have industries. These two realities are linked together because if we don't have the creators and we don't have the industry, we cannot put together the magic and have design object. The magic means that we have craftsmen and industries. This is what makes us strong in front of the rest of the world. And that's why in the Italian Design Day, we can speak all together and the same language. Project design, again, is love. Love of quality, love of beauty, love of living with beautiful things. As President Porro said before, a few years ago, we organized an exhibition, Design with Nature, when we told the new tradition of matters. Today we deal with sustainability, which cannot be postponed. We don't have other options on our tables, and we need to understand and discover that we have new materials coming from nature itself. This is a chair made with some fish scales. These are collected, the scales are collected and put together to produce some chairs. Also, with some orange skin, we can produce some cellulose and fabrics. This is the innovation strength of our country, trying, even through sustainability, to transform a problem in a very creative opportunity. This, I believe, that this is a very strong feature of our DNA, and that's what we have to tell in this Italian Design Day. For inclusivity, we need to speak about people. We need to bring on squares the relation between sustainability and products. The Osaka Pavilion in Osaka is an extraordinary experience. And I thank the ambassador, the Italian ambassador in Japan, because he showed all his engagement for this. Italian pavilion is an hangar of knowledge. Very, very simple hangar, but absolutely beautiful, very simple, all in wood, showing a lot of austerity if we want, because austerity is also the new language of sustainability. We don't want to deny anything to aesthetic, but when you watch at this pavilion, you believe it's a little bit Italy. A loggia, a theater inside. The theater was one of the most important drives of the Italian culture. Theater is the place where we can travel in different times, telling different histories. And that's why in the Italian pavilion in Osaka, we have a theater telling about the ideal town. We passed from the Middle Age to Renaissance, a new era. And we want to tell all visitors which is the ideal town of the future, which is the town that we want to represent for the future. It will be a town caring about sustainability, about inclusion, and I believe that this is the sense, the meaning of our Italian pavilion in Osaka, telling the world how we are, what Italians are. You will have a travel to the future town. Also, on the top of this pavilion, you have a garden, which is representing the history of the Italian gardens. It's also a very strong link and twinship with Japan, because even in Japan, you have a strong history about gardens. So, thanks to all this, thanks to the word of many operators, we are trying to build a cultural bridge between Italy and Japan. Many Japanese people worked in Italy and many Italians worked in Japan, so that in 2025 we will be able, through our Italian pavilion, to tell the world how Italians are. Thank you.
Grazie, architetto Cucinelli.
Thank you, Architect Cucinella, and I wish to thank you all for your kind attention. I'll pass the floor now to the Secretary General of Farnesina, Ambassador Riccardo Guariglia. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Actually, I don't want to provide the conclusions, but our minister, because Mr. Honorable Tajani will be here any time from now on. But I wish, first of all, to thank you all for being here with us, Deputy Bergonzona and Deputy Maria Tripodi for being here with us. I wish to thank you all the speakers for their presentations, which are absolutely interesting and stimulating. Thank you to the designers, the architects, and the diplomatic body, mainly because if this initiative can be promoted all over the world, it's also thanks to the collaboration that we receive from all over the countries. So again, thank you very much for being here with us today. As it was said, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, with its embassies and consulates, institutions for foreign commerce, is certain to work in the for the realization of this Italian Design Day. Italian Design Day, which is absolutely important for us. We are today at the 8th edition, meaning that this works, because clearly otherwise we have interrupted this before. Why this day, Italian Design Day, works? Because this day, which is which develops itself on the same time all over the world, promotes the excellencies of the Made in Italy. It promotes the Italian productions. It promotes the commerce and the trade and the inter-exchange between Italy and other countries. It promotes investments as well. So in the end, we do work in the organization together of this Italian Design Day by promoting the growth and development of our country. And this is the final goal, of course, which is absolutely crucial. All the diplomatic body works with creativity thanks to the different design ambassadors which are appointed in each embassy and therefore present all over the world to represent the Italian design during this week. Until last year, I was ambassador in Madrid, and I recall the enthusiasm, the passion on which I launched myself in the organization of the Italian Design Day in Spain. I must say for this that I thank the Interni magazine and Gilda Boyard, who has always helped us a lot to do this. It was absolutely touching to work together. It was passionating because design in the end creates, and we were creating initiatives. We created a competition in Spain, and the Italian embassy in Madrid was the only one which, in the period, at least I was in Madrid, participated in the Salone del Mobile during its Fuorisalone. And Interni magazine gave a very nice cover about all this. So it was a very strong systematic work, cooperation, to provide visibility to our country. So thank you to Salone del Mobile, Triennale from Milano, the Association Adi Design, Interni Magazine, and all the other associations and institutions about this sector, representing the several producers, architects, and designers. We saw outside of this room the exposition of the different vases, which is absolutely a very emblematic and iconic example of our design. And I invite you to watch the Italian pavilion. The Italian pavilion model built by our dearest architect Cucinella outside here. But I invite you all actually to check this model, because when you can see it in a 3D scale, you have a very good idea of how beautiful this pavilion will be. And I believe that those who will have the chance to see it live will appreciate it even more. I believe, therefore, that we need to go on working all together, cooperating on this design day, because, again, it's absolutely satisfactory. We have to go on together to build the team to promote the Italian Design Day. Why? Because if the team is solid, of course, the team will be a winning team. If the team is winning, the winner is Italy, and in the end, everybody will be satisfied. This is how I interpret this. I understand this very important day. Now, I ask my collaborators in how much time our honorable minister will be here. We can have a little pause while waiting for him, and I believe also that we will have a nice picture of all of us together. I see from the colleague that the honorable minister is about here. So, with these words, with my words, I give you the conclusion of the launch of the Italian Design Day. Thank you very much to you all for having participated here today. I believe that we can leave this meeting enriched and mainly motivated to push to the best success this fantastic Italian Design Day. Thank you very much.